Well, it is the celeb moment that has the whole world talking. Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt reunited publicly for the first time in years at this week's SAG Awards, sending social media into overdrive when the cameras caught this backstage moment of the former couple holding hands.
Oh, Brad. Brad was also seen watching his ex-wife's acceptance speech after she won Best Actress in a drama series for Morning Wars.
Now, with the Hollywood heavyweights both single after their respective divorces, the question is the spark still alive between Jen and Brad? Amber Kelleher-Andrews is a relationship expert and CEO of global matchmaking firm Kelleher International. She joins us live from LA. Lovely to see you.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Do Brad and Jen have unfinished business?
You know, I smile when I hear this question because we have waited a very long time to get to this place. We've been fascinated, the world, and especially America here in La La Land. We've been absolutely fascinated and somewhat obsessed with this couple for longer than they have actually been together as a couple. I think we're going on 15 years. I mean, Game of Thrones has nothing on Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. I think it was, 8 seasons? And we're in, I think, season 15. We're literally at a cliffhanger, and we can't wait for the season finale. We're in the middle of impeachments here, but really nobody cares. We're all just wondering if Brad and Jen are going to get back together. And we did get a little bit of a sneak preview at the Screen Actors Guild Awards. And to your point, the hand touch really clearly set everything off. It's the #1 story streaming everywhere. It's unbelievable how excited everyone is here.
So you're right, we are desperate for the season finale on this drama, this romance. But you can't disclose your client list, of course, so you're protecting their privacy, but you have been credited by the US media in the past as Jennifer's matchmaker. So in your opinion, would she ever take him back?
Well, I don't comment on who my clients are or who the press deems to be my clients. You're absolutely right. But Kelleher International, my firm, has been known for matching celebrity clients. It's kind of what we do best. And, you know, to answer your question, I don't think anybody could possibly know what's going on in Jennifer Aniston's mind right now. I mean, she's just won Best Actress in a television series, and she was able to share the joy of that and the sheer satisfaction of it with a man that she has publicly claimed to be the love of her life behind the stage. So while we may want to see the romance come back together or them stroll down the red carpet for the Academy Awards soon to come, I think it's fair to say that there's a lot more going on than just the automatic let's take him back. The most important thing to take away from this is that forgiveness is such an important thing in any relationship, and I think that's why it's taught in all religions. When you have the opportunity to forgive, you can forget, and you can open yourself up to new opportunities, and you can rebuild any relationship. And when they locked eyes at the backstage at the SAG Awards, the true appreciation that they hold for one another shows that forgiveness has happened, and that opens the door of possibilities, and that's what makes this so refreshing and so exciting.
Okay, so would Brad want to get back together, do you think?
You know what I loved about him watching the screen when he saw Jennifer pick up the award? First of all, you could tell that he didn't care or even pay attention to the fact that all eyes were on him. He saw one woman and one woman alone, and the visceral appreciation that he had, his body reaction to her winning really just told such a wonderful story, and him lingering with his hand on hers when she was whisked away to make her speech. He really, truly cares for her, and I'm sure he wants to make amends and, you know, make up for everything that he's done. But I think he also needs to take things slow and realize that this is an opportunity to now build a relationship that may be twice as strong as it ever was before, and there's absolutely no need to rush.
Okay, so can we move on from Hollywood royalty to real royalty? We're keen to get your thoughts on Harry and Meghan and their decision, of course, to leave the royal family. That's a risky move. Do you think this will have, or what sort of impact will this have on their relationship, do you think?
I think with Harry and Meghan, it really depends on how you want to look at it. I mean, I was watching Oprah Winfrey's, come to their defense. the hopeless romantic in me is that this is like, Wallace Simpson all over again. History has repeated itself. You have somebody willing to give up the title. Back in the day, it was the king actually giving up the title, but Harry is obviously a prince and in line. And, this is a divorcee that he's leaving his title for. So there's a romantic part to this, and that's where, again, our hearts are captured. They're, going to give up the life that they know. They're going to live a simple life, as they say, in an island off of Vancouver and raise their child and be out of the publicity. So again, we want to write the love story. We want to shoot the movie, but that's in theory. What's really happening here is so tricky. I mean, he didn't want to leave the crown. He loves the Queen. He wanted to stay with the military. He wanted to be able to serve the people. He just didn't want to do it with public money. And unfortunately, traditions don't allow him to do that. So in Harry's own words, he had no other choice. But the rift between his family, his brother, his two nephews, his niece, his father, and of course, the grandmother, the Queen, this is a very messy situation, and we can just hope that their love will survive. Again, as a relationship expert, finances are the hugest culprit with relationships. It's very stressful, and so is an identity crisis. And I think that they're both going through exactly this. So time will tell. We need to support them. We need to offer them, good wishes, and hope that their love will survive the obstacles that lie ahead.
You, a little while back, you predicted that Brad and Angelina wouldn't last. Do you have another A-list prediction for 2020?
Well, maybe I'll flip it this time. Instead of a couple that won't last, I've always been excited about J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, and A-Rod. I think that they make a fantastic couple. What a lot of people don't realize is that, again, timing is everything, just like Jennifer and Brad coming back together. Jennifer Lopez met A-Rod over 20 years ago when she was standing on the field doing the Pledge of Allegiance with her then husband, Anthony. And A-Rod was a little bit starstruck, got an autograph from her, kept that close to heart, and fate would bring them together multiple times over the last 2 decades. And finally, they were at a time when she walked up to him in a restaurant, he asked her out, and now they have an opportunity to have a relationship. But what I like best about this union is that they've blended their families. They're friends first. They do their workouts together. He supports her. He's like the greatest dad because his kids love that he's with Jennifer Lopez, and it's just so cute all the way around. And I do hope that they make it all the way to the end. Jennifer Lopez absolutely deserves to be happy, and I think they're the perfect couple, so I'm supporting them 100%.
Great.
Okay. Thank you so much, Amber. Great to get
thank you so much.
your insights, your love insights.
Nice to talk to you this morning. We'll be right back.